I just read one of the most talked about books of this year. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a second. If you guessed If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia, you would be correct. I'm going to do a little spoiler-free book review for you guys. In this book, we're following Cliff and Michelle. Michelle is a big shot living in Seattle, and she actually ends up going to this town of Copper Run where her mom runs a bed and breakfast. Cliff, of course, naturally ends up living in the town of Copper Run, and he's actually the baker for this town. He owns a bakery. Michelle ends up helping run this bed and breakfast, and naturally, Cliff lives right next door to it. I'm not going to say much else about the story because it was just such a good, slow burn romance for the fall. It's actually one of the thicker romance books that I've read too. It's literally like 500 pages. When I say slow burn, I mean like literally slow burn. In this book too, we're getting dual point of view from Cliff and Michelle. And usually I don't really love to see the male main characters like thoughts and point of views, but in this one specifically, I actually liked Cliff's point of view a lot more than Michelle's. I think too that the author did a phenomenal job at writing the emotions that the characters were feeling. Michelle, however, is very, very not an emotional person. So reading Michelle's stuff, I kind of related to a little bit just because I'm not super emotional of a person. It was kind of cool to relate to her on that level, and that's also kind of what made me like her a little bit more. I think Cliff might be the most emotionally mature male main character that I have ever read in a book. Ever. And that says a lot. So just take a second for the cover. Like, that's one of the prettiest covers that I have seen all year. It looks like Gilmore Girls. It literally is giving Stars Hollow. Also in this book, Cliff has two daughters, Brittany and Emily. I loved those characters as well. It was just really, really fun getting to follow them along and getting to see Michelle interact with the girls as well. I actually didn't like Michelle, the female main character, a lot at first. As the story went on, I started to like her more, but she genuinely kind of just made me mad in the beginning. Kind of like in a Hallmark movie, how a city girl moves to a small town and is just kind of angry because she doesn't want to be there. That's kind of what Michelle was giving. But I feel like Michelle was a lot more open-minded of a character rather than something that you would see in a Hallmark movie. I said it is kind of giving Hallmark, but not in a cheesy way. Like, this book was actually really, really good. It wasn't cheesy, in my opinion. It was just very, very cozy, very easy to read. They did an amazing job writing these characters' like sense of humor, and I loved watching everything grow and blossom. Epilogue at the end was the cutest thing that I've ever read, so don't skip that part. I think the average rating on Goodreads is like 4.25 maybe. I'm actually going to rate this 4.75 stars. I thought it was a great, great, great book. It was really like you're just following them around on their daily life, and I think that's what made it feel so realistic, and that's what I loved about it. The reason I'm not rating it 5 stars is because I didn't find myself thinking a lot about it when I wasn't reading it, so that's why. If you haven't read it yet, I don't think it's too late because it kind of goes into winter at the end of